Yay Media Group.
What's up, and welcome back to Spill the Beans podcast.
We're the girls.
Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a good week, and let us know how your week was.
Yeah, please let us know. My week was a little bit crazy. Actually, last week and this week has been crazy. I have a little update for you. Well, let me talk about last week first.
Okay.
So last week, we had a family member pass away, and my parents had to go to Mexico suddenly because, you know, they, like, over there, the funeral works, like, the same day, right?
Yeah.
So it was actually my grandma's sister who passed away, and they literally had her viewing like in the afternoon. Like, she passed away at like 10 in the morning, and they had her viewing at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So it was a little bit hectic for the family. And then selfishly, well, obviously my caregivers were gone. So not my caregivers, my
Your
childcare.
village.
Yeah, my village. My mom and my dad left. So it's just a little bit harder when they leave. You know, I just have to figure things out, which is totally okay. Thankfully, one of my aunts, she stayed behind, and she was so helpful. She couldn't make it, and so she stayed behind, and she helped out so much. And not even just like helping me out with Penny, like her and my cousin, they helped me out so much. But I do spend a lot of time at my mom's house, so when my mom leaves, it's kind of like me and my siblings are kind of like, okay, so what now?
Yeah.
And so we kind of had this joke that my tía, she was like, pues no está tu mamá para hacerte comida, vénganse a comer. So she made food for us basically every single day, or we would just go and, you know, just all be together.
Wow, that's so sweet.
So that was really nice, yeah. And it was a little bit of a hectic week, but thankfully my parents are here. My grandma's back. My other tia's back. Everybody's back. And
And how's your grandma doing?
She's really sad. Yeah. That was her. It was my grandma's the oldest, and then I think she was the second oldest out of 12. So that was like, you know, that was her twin. So
That's so sad.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my grandma is not having a good time. I didn't really know my tia that well.
Yeah.
But obviously it still hurts, you know, to see your family like this. And then it's still, you know, it's always just really, really sad. And
Yeah, of course.
yeah. But then yesterday, you're going to be so proud of me. Yesterday I went to the doctor after like years and years and years of not going to the doctor. I was making a TikTok about this, and I was talking to TikTok about how I haven't been to the doctor since I was like 18, probably.
Jesus.
Besides, I know it's really
Almost
bad.
10 years?
Yeah. Girl, be quiet. Lower your voice. Besides, like when I was pregnant with Penny, like, you know, you have to go to the doctor for that. But besides that, like for me, I hadn't been for like a checkup or anything in like a really long time, obviously. Just because I have a little bit of anxiety around doctors, and even like when you go and you're sick and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just feel like so como que no te hacen caso a lot of the times. It just, I don't know. I don't like going. Nobody likes going, but I don't know. I just hadn't been for a long time. So finally I set a physical, and I actually ended up getting diagnosed with PCOS.
Oh my God. How?
Yeah, well, I went in for a physical y salí con medicamento. I'm just kidding. No, I went in for a physical, and then I, you know, the MA kind of asks you like, do you have any concerns or anything like that? And then I was like, yeah, like this and that, you know, whatever. And she's like, okay. And so the doctor comes in, and she was like, so you have a little bit of concern with like PCOS? And I was like, yeah. And then she started asking me about like my family history, which I think my mom has it. I'm like 99% sure my mom has it. My sister has it. My aunt, one of my tias has hypothyroidism. I'm pretty sure. I think I also have endometriosis. There's just a lot of
gosh.
I know there's a lot of hormonal issues within like the women in my family, and even like my grandma's sisters, like cousins, like just like on the side of the family, we just have a lot of like hormonal issues. And so she was like, I was like telling her everything, and she was like, oh yeah, she's like, you definitely have it. And so then I got put on medication for what is it called? Spirulactin. Is that
I think so.
For acne? Because nothing's gonna make your acne go away unless like obviously, you know, your hormones are aligned. So either you get on medication or you get on birth control or whatever. Yeah. So I got put on that. I got put on I can't remember off the top of my head what the names are called, but something to help my system, and then it's also gonna help me with weight management, because that was another thing. Yeah. That's another thing that comes with it. Just like your weight fluctuating all the time. and there's just a lot of things. I'm just like, I'm a little bit shocked, but I also feel very like validated because I'm like, all of these symptoms I've been having, I'm not crazy. You know?
Of course.
So yeah, that's
wow. I'm so proud of you.
I know,
like, and it's like a good and bad thing, obviously. But it's like bittersweet. But I'm so glad that you got everything checked out.
I know,
and that you got medication. Hopefully, you start feeling better soon.
I know, yeah, and it's so crazy because like so many women, especially women of color, especially Hispanic especially Hispanic women struggle with PCOS, like so many women, and I'm just so proud of all of us for sticking together and trying our best still. And yes, and like you think you're going crazy. That's why I just thought like all these symptoms. I'm like, oh, I'm just like, I really thought I'm like, I'm just a fat ass and I have no control over what I eat. With you know, but it's just part of it. Like you can't like control it.
Like our hormones literally dictate our life. That's crazy. Yeah,
so it's just very validating and I guess concerning now. Now I just have to really like keep going to the doctor, I guess.
Yeah, well, keep us updated. I want to know how your medication works and everything. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening to me.
Of course.
What's up with you, girl?
I have some updates for you too, girl. Okay. This one's kind of funny and silly, but last week after we stopped filming the podcast, you know how we went to get machita?
Yeah.
So we get machita, and I don't know why my brain works like this, but if I'm getting something for myself and going home, I have to bring the whole family. Yeah. So I ended up ordering like 6 banana matchas, and I put them on the seat on my passenger seat, and I turned the seat AC on, and then I put the AC full blast so it wouldn't melt on the way home.
What a queen.
So then when I'm pulling out of like the neighborhood, it was a stop sign or a semáforo, so it's like on a busy street. So I remember I was like, damn, if I don't go now, I'm never gonna go. So I step on it, boom, too much flip over all over my seat and the floor. I'm like, oh great, perfect, love that. So then I'm like, okay, there goes 2 matchas. So I'm like driving home, and probably like 3 minutes after that I get pulled over.
No way.
I was like, wait, what did I do? Am I driving like a dummy? Or because you know when I'm like listening to a podcast, I space out. I'm just like, oh. So I was like, damn, I probably am like swerving or something. And no, it turns out I got pulled over for the tint on our windows. Oh, I'm like, baby girl. And we've had the car tinted for 2 years. This is the first time I ever get pulled over for it. What? But I do remember like si nos pasamos, you know, like I remember telling Jonathan like I cannot see. I have to roll the windows down at night so I can turn, so it's illegal. Yeah. And then the cops said that it was illegal to have the front windshield tinted too. So I got a ticket. That's the first ticket I've ever gotten in my whole entire life.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And for that?
And for that.
And who?
I was like, can you spare me? Yeah.
And who tinted the windows?
Exactly. You. I was like, can you put my husband's name on it?
Literally.
He's like, well, I'm sure your husband isn't going to like that, but maybe now he can fix it. I'm like, so then, he's like, it's a $90 ticket, so nothing crazy. He's like, you can come and like dispute it at court, or you can just pay it online, or you can take the tint off and then come to court and then tell them, and they'll just like dismiss it. I'm like, I don't like any of those options.
What's option Z?
So I had gotten machita for Jonathan, and I was like, well, now you have to pay my ticket because it was for the tinted windows that nobody asked for.
Literally. Why are men like this?
I know. That like it looks cool, right? Like my car looks like a baddie mom car, but it's kind of crazy. I can't see that well at night.
Same.
You know. Same. But yeah, so I got pulled over, and that was my first ticket my whole life.
Were you nervous? Were you scared?
Yeah, I was shitting bricks because I was confused. Like I was like, what did I do? Like, is there a warrant out for my arrest? I was like, oh, he's for sure gonna arrest me. I was like, I'm just gonna get off and be like, all right,
just take me,
book me. I don't know what I did. But yeah, he just gave me a ticket. He's like, oh, you're gonna be fine. Like, I'm like, no, I'm not. A warning would have been perfect. So yeah, that happened. And then what else happened? Oh, and then when that was on Thursday, right? So that same Thursday, we went to the food truck. No, it was on Friday. Yeah, Friday we went to the food truck to have dinner. And right after the food truck, I started getting like really bad pain in my stomach, right? Like super bad. And I'm like, wait, that's probably just because I ate fried food, you know? Don't be eating fried food. So we went to Walmart afterwards, and I remember like the pain would stop me in my tracks at Walmart. Like I remember going, I'm like, oh shit. Like, you know how a contraction, you get a contraction, then you have to wait for it to go away, and then you can go about your day.
Well, I didn't have bad contractions, but I compared to like cramps.
Yeah. It was really bad cramps, and I could feel it kind of like on both sides. Like I felt like it was my ovaries. Yeah, see, and then mom was like, no, a lo mejor no estás inflamada. I'm like, yeah, maybe. So we go home, and I drink a tea, and I took a painkiller, and I went to sleep, and in the morning I was fine. So I was like, okay, no pasa nada. But then every afternoon I get the same pain.
Just in the afternoon too?
And so then I was like, fuck. I was like, is she pregnant a little bit? So I went to my pregnancy test, and it came out negative. So I was like, okay, now I'm concerned, because if I'm not pregnant, then something's wrong. And yeah, sure enough, yesterday I got the pain again. But when I get it, like I get bloated and I look like I'm 3 months pregnant. I'm not kidding. Like I'll button my pants, and it literally looks like a pregnant belly. And it's really hard, and it hurts like both my sides. So Jonathan last night, he was like, we need to take you to the emergency. We're like, this is not okay. I've never seen your stomach look like that. Like, are you okay? And I'm like, it's fine. I'll just wait it out. And yeah, I just called my doctor this morning, and I was able to get a same day appointment at 4. So that's where I'm going to go today.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Yeah. I think
crazy.
they might be cysts. I heard it could be a cyst, or I don't even know, girl. I'm like, I hope it's a cyst. Actually, I hope it's nothing.
Yeah. Hope you're just making it up in your head.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it's just placebo.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like really bad, like I'm comparing it to contractions, and that's crazy.
That's crazy.
For me.
Yeah.
And I only get it in the afternoon.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's all 4 o'clock right on the dot.
Oh, it's coming.
Hopefully you get it when you're at your appointment, so they can so they can test your pain. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely want to get like a pelvic, like a ¿cómo se llama? A pelvic check, right? When they go all the way in and touch both your ovaries, and then I'm hoping for an ultrasound for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
girl,
and we have a trip this weekend.
Oh my gosh!
Like, please, God, I hope it's not anything crazy. Yeah. Like that's my biggest fear, like going in and then being like, you gotta go into surgery right now, please.
Like Luis.
Yes,
I'm hoping it's not
first thing that I thought about. I was like, fuck, I hope I don't, like, if it gets bad enough to go to the emergency room, like I know it's gonna be something crazy like that, but hopefully not. I mean, I have my appointment tonight. We'll see.
Ay, son cosas que pasamos las mujeres,
I
unfortunately.
know. And then, well, yeah, on top of all of that, you go through, what is it called?
I wish I could read your mind right
now. Oh, I blinked. What is it? What do we go through after we're done having periods?
Menopause?
Menopause. And I know that's crazy too, huh?
Yeah,
my mom went through menopause a few years ago, and well, she's still going through it now. Like she still has symptoms now.
How many years is it? Because this isn't fair.
I think forever.
I know. I think you hit it, and then it just keeps going and going.
Literally, you just never. All because Eve wanted a damn apple.
God damn. Apples, really?
That's why I don't like apples.
Por eso no como.
But yeah, that was my update.
Oh my god.
Ticket and pain.
That's horrible. I
know.
Well, I hope it's nothing serious, and I hope you get it resolved soon, because
I know, me too.
That's crazy. Like stopping in your tracks like that.
No, dead ass. And I'm like, wait, this feels like a contraction. This is no, please. And then I took a pregnancy test. I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. And I know when, like, I feel like I know when I'm pregnant. Every single time I've gone to take a pregnancy test, I'm like, I'm pregnant, girl. But no, last night I was like, this is pain that wouldn't come with pregnancy. I hope.
Like, update coming soon.
Yeah, update on in 2 weeks, because not next week.
My God.
But yeah, guys, we're just, hanging on by a thread over here.
Just live, laugh, loving.
Live, laugh, loving.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. For some, summer is their favorite season. Travel picks up, kids are out of school, and adventure is the focus.
For others, juggling it all can be tough, and it can lead to overwhelm and counting down the minutes until kids are back to school. And many worry that they are wasting their days of sunshine.
Therapy can help people better understand their needs, feel more confident setting boundaries, and create a version of summer that actually feels good.
With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 6 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews.
BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences. And their 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs.
BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S.
You don't have to say yes to everything this summer. Find support in therapy.
Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/spillthebeans.
That's betterhelp.com/spillthebeans.
But today we want to talk about our bad trips. And Noemi and I aren't smokers like that at all.
No.
We're occasional kind of, what is it? Social smokers?
Yeah, kind of like, well, I feel like, here we go. After you become a mom, like it kind of comes like drinking. We don't drink like that anymore unless it's like we're out. And same thing with smoking, like unless we're like on a trip really.
Exactly.
And even then I still really like hesitate to smoke because of what we're about to talk about.
Exactly, girl.
But before, I guess I got to give a little bit of a background. When I was in like high school, I kind of would like get into it a little bit more. And I, you know, when you first start, like, I think you're not so, ¿cómo se dice? Not, I don't know. I would never trip out when I was in high school. This didn't start till after, which is crazy.
Jeez. Okay, well, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
No, you start.
Me start?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess mine's quick and easy or whatever. But yeah, I remember like when I was in high school, all my friends were stoners for sure. And I kind of stayed away from that group because my mom, like I knew my mom would kill me even if I came home smelling like weed. Because, you know, when you're around someone that smokes weed, you're gonna smell like weed.
Yeah.
So I kind of strayed away from all my friends that smoked. And then after when I was, when I graduated and I did softball, I played softball for a while. All my friends were smokers again. And like one of my closest friends, she was always smoking and getting high and doing all the things. And I did not like it. Like if I'm being honest, I did not like anything that had to do with weed. And I remember like telling my friend, like, I hate when you smoke because then you just like, you're just there. Like you're just existing and like, you know, down and whatever. And this was before I found out you could do like different strands or whatever to not get sleepy. I'm educated
before
now.
You became an expert.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I never had like a connection to it. It was not until we were married and living in the first house we ever rented, and we started dabbling into edibles a little bit, but it wasn't like Jonathan started and then I was like, fuck it, like, you know, it helps him sleep or whatever. I think this was the one and only time I ate one too. I ate like 5 grams, I think.
Girl, I don't know what that means. Is that a lot?
Me neither. I think it's a lot because I was hallucinating, baby. I ate like a gummy that I think it was 5 grams, and everything all was well, right? And then Jonathan, like, we're just kind of laying there and we're like, all right, like maybe we should go to sleep. As soon as the lights go off and I cover myself with the bed sheets, I start hearing things, right? And the first thing, I'm a scaredy cat, like through and through, and I grew up like watching all the scary movies with demons and like Paranormal Activity and cities, whatever. So the first thing, like the dogs would always sleep downstairs in the kitchen and we would sleep with the door open. So it was basically just like, and no white noise, right? This was when white noise didn't exist in our household. And I remember hearing whispering downstairs, right? Like I'm hearing like...
Stop!
Like that.
Okay? I'm freaked out.
So then naturally I just cover my head. I'm like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. And it just starts getting louder, right? And then my head starts turning, right? And my head's creating a little like a scary movie in my head. And I start thinking like, oh my God, there's a demon downstairs and it's whispering to the dogs. And so así se queda. And I just keep dwelling on that. Like there's a demon downstairs and it's talking to the dogs. And then guess what I start thinking about? I start thinking, because my head is covered, so I'm thinking all these scenarios, right? I'm like, if I uncover it, this is what I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see the dogs walking up to me, like on 2 feet, like, you know, when they jump, they're gonna walk up to me and they're standing next to my bed and they're gonna talk to me because the demon just possessed them. Yes. And I start going crazy. Like I'm trying, it's, you know, when it's like, I know I'm high, so I need to like chill out. And I start trying to talk myself out of it, but I can't. So I keep thinking like the demon has possessed the dogs are standing right next to my bed and they're looking at me. And when I uncover my bed, so I just like turn around and I'm like, babe, are you up? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, and I just start telling him. And then I remember he like shoots out of bed and he's like, what? Like, you're tripping. Like, everything's fine. And then I start telling him, I'm like, no, there's like a demon in the house and it's downstairs. So now I'm tripping him out.
Oh my God.
And dude, he literally stands up. He's like, you're going to trip me out. Like, just try to calm down, babe. Let's just like put a movie on. Let's put a funny movie on. Let's turn on the lights. Like he was trying to do everything to calm me down because he's like, if I start tripping out, we're gonna kill ourselves, like dead ass. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, we ended up putting like a funny movie on. All the lights were on. He went downstairs. He's like, the dogs are fine. They're sleeping. Like you know they would be barking if they saw anything, you know. And then yeah, like it took me probably 2 hours to calm down.
What? But what did you do? Like just sit there and wait? I was just
sitting there like watching the movie. Yeah.
Do you remember what movie
drinking water? No, hell, I don't remember nothing. But I remember like you have to get hydrated or whatever. But it felt like my life was ending.
But I feel like, wait, can I Google this? How much is 5 grams a lot? Because I feel like that's a lot. 5 grams. Like think about it.
Lightweight. 5 grams.
Think about it. 5 grams of anything is kind of a lot. No?
Oh my God.
Is 5?
Not for my first time, girl.
Yeah, even of what? Of an edible?
Yeah. A gummy. What?
A 5 gram milligram edible.
Baby, are you
on edibles? It says it is considered mild and standard starting dose.
Yeah.
It sounded like a lot.
So you know what? Maybe I ate 2 gummies. I don't remember what
I feel like you did.
I think I overdosed that. No, for real. I it's because I can't remember exactly how many I ate. Or maybe it was a 10 gram and I ate all of it. And I thought I should have ate 5 or something. I don't know. But it was so bad, like to the point that it killed edibles for me. Yeah. Like I have not eaten an edible since.
Yeah.
Like no.
That's scary.
Yeah. Wait, can I say a story on here? Or will I get arrested? Remember the story I told you when we were coming back from Houston?
We went...
when Jonathan and I were coming back from Houston.
No.
Allegedly? Can I say allegedly and not get arrested? Or will I get arrested?
Say this is a story you're making up. It's not real.
This is a story I'm making up straight from my brain. And it's very alleged. And it's something I thought about just now. Allegedly, when we were coming back from Houston, from the Rock'em event 2 years ago, I had my fanny pack, like, you know, the Lululemon fanny packs that were on trend. And así pasé por seguridad, whatever. And we get home and I'm unpacking everything. So I take everything out of my Lulu bag and there are edible gummies in my Lulu bag.
I don't remember this.
So I'm like, obviously I don't eat edibles ever. Like ever since my trip, I don't eat edibles. So I'm like, first of all, how could I have ever possibly gotten gummies in my fanny pack? It makes no sense. Yeah. Jonathan wasn't eating them. And if he was, like, he wasn't telling me like, hey, take these. And my bag was in our room the whole time.
Yeah.
What? You know? So I was like, what the heck? But I remember how they looked like because they were eating them at the house that we were all staying at. Uh-huh. And I remember the bag and what they looked like. So I'm like, how am I not going to get one of those, girl? So I had them. They were just laying around. It was like 3, I think. And I'm like, first of all, this was an alleged story, all right? It didn't actually happen. But weed is illegal in Texas.
I never even thought of that. Duh.
I didn't have my green card yet. And I'm going through security, TSA, with THC gummies in my fanny pack, allegedly. It's not real.
Any of that. What?
So I literally, my heart dropped down to my ass and I told Jonathan, I was like, this could have ended my life. Literally. Like, she's transporting marijuana through Tia? Like, literally. What?
Wait.
Allegedly.
I don't remember this.
I didn't tell you?
Maybe.
I think I talked about it on the podcast. I don't even remember, girl. But isn't that crazy?
Did you ever find out what happened?
No, pues, ni modo que ask the group chat, hey, yo, who's sneaking into my room throwing edibles? Like, you know, I would have sounded so silly or dumb or whatever. And even if someone did it, they wouldn't have owned up to it, you know?
Yeah. What? Which was Jonathan?
I know. It's like he was trying
to... but he... No.
No, like no. You know? Yeah, like, no. And even when I showed him, he's like, he was shook. Yeah. He's like, what the hell? Like, yeah. You know?
And you sure that was your bag? Like, what if you switched bags on accident?
No,
you said they were trending. Maybe you did a little flipper.
No, it was my bag because it had all of our, like, everything you need at the airport. That's the bag that was in there.
I'm like, if you're watching and you put the edibles, can you send Blanca a message? Can you let her know?
And they're all like, they were actually just sour gummies.
I'm like, how did you know they were edibles? Did you confirm after?
I should have ate one to see. No, but yeah, isn't that crazy?
What the heck?
So that was like my main thought, and like even Jonathan's like that would have been so bad, dude. And I was like, I know. But yeah, so I'm not like, obviously I'm not blaming anybody, but it was like a crazy situation to be in, you know. And I remember looking at Jonathan like, babe, please, like, just tell me. He's like, no, I would never do that. I'm like, but yeah, like, I don't know.
That's crazy. And like, I didn't even think of that. Duh, you didn't have your green card yet. Duh, it's not legal. Was it legal here? Yeah, right? It was already legal here. But still.
And I was just scared because I'm like, thank God I didn't check it at the airport, or they didn't have me open it, or they didn't like scan it and they're like, hey, what is that? Like, they probably thought they were gummies too.
Yeah. Well, how secure is security then if you...
Ooh, allegedly. Should I cut this out? I'm going to get arrested.
No, you can't.
Why? The statutes of limitations are gone?
Exactly.
I don't think it's been long enough.
It's been 3 years. No, because this is a made-up story, so you can't get arrested.
Yeah, obviously it was fake. And I was just kidding. I just needed something for the plot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're a really good storyteller.
Thank you.
You should be an author.
My imagination is crazy, huh? I should write a few books. Anyways.
Yeah. Dang. And those are your bad experiences with weed?
Because after that, we've hit the pen before, but nothing crazy. But the pen be making you feel like New York on that pen.
Oh my God. New York,
crazy.
It was the best trip because of that.
Exactly. Like, it made us fully experience it.
Yeah.
Book of Mormon, few hits.
Take me back.
We are not condoning THC consumption.
But if you do, consume responsibly, only if you're over 21. And
only if it's legal in your state. Okay.
But that's none of our business.
That's not our business. You can make your stories up too.
Yeah. Exactly. You can write a book too.
Your turn.
Well, my story is not really my story. It's my husband's. So when Luis and I, kind of backtrack. When I was in high school, like I said, I kind of would like dabble into it a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I was already with Luis. But Luis was like, he grew up very sheltered in some ways. And so his parents always kind of made him believe that weed is like the equivalent to like meth, kind of. Mm-hmm. Like there was which to some people it may be like,
that was me,
drugs are drugs, But he always just like grew up thinking like, oh, it's so bad, it's like super taboo. And I always I went to a middle school that was like children were literally like already smoking weed when they were like in 6th grade. So to me it wasn't crazy. Why am I running out of breath? Like, am I nervous about this? So anyway, he would tell me in high school, he'd be like if I tell him, oh, I'm gonna go like smoke weed with my friends or whatever, he'd be like, ew, that's gross, don't do that, like I don't like that you do that, and I'm like, don't talk to me, you're not my boyfriend, like whatever, I'd just be like, chill out, dude, like this is the same guy who would get mad because I called him dude, This is why I'm saying like I would be like, get over it. So fast forward, one time he tried weed with one of my cousins actually while we were broken up. I'm like, this guy was so broken that he decided to smoke weed. So then he liked it. After that, he tried it with my cousin and he liked it. And then fast forward to when we moved in together to our first home, we have all the freedom in the world. And so he's like, hey, like, I think I want to smoke or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. And at first it would just be him by himself. And then a few times a night, like I would try it too. But it was so bad because we would smoke every single night. After a few weeks of like, yes and no, like a few days, we would smoke every day. And then we'd just order, like I remember one time we ordered a hella Chinese food. And we'd just sit there and watch movies and munch. And like literally all night. It was like a really good time. Like it sounds so fun. Like you just have this freedom, Mm-hmm. But then also I'm like, it's really unhealthy. 1, 2, like there's so much we could do with our time. We could have done with our time. So anyway, one time what were we doing? Oh, Luis's friend gave him like a big blunt, I think. And he told him, I remember specifically, he told him, don't smoke a lot. He literally told him, I know you think you smoke a lot of weed now, but he's like, this has, I don't know, so whatever in it. Do like, take it slow. And what did Luis do? I think he finished like half of it. Oh, I didn't end up smoking that kind because I remember I heard him and I was like, no, I don't want that. I'll do something regular. Yeah. So we're watching a movie and I think I joked to Luis about something and I said like, haha, yeah, I'm probably pregnant. And after a few minutes after that, I remember he was like really weird, like just sitting there, and like he was like really weird. And then he just gets up and goes upstairs. He didn't say anything, and I was like, okay. He was up there for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, and then oh no, did I go get him or not? I think I was really high too, but he was really high. I don't remember if I went to go get him or he came downstairs, and I was like, what's wrong? He's like, I just went to go take a shower. I'm like, why did you shower? He's like, I don't feel good. And then homeboy starts going, like, oh my God, breathing like that. And I was like, are you okay? He's like, no. He's like, you need to take me to the hospital right now. And I was like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't feel good. I can't breathe. And at this point, I'm like super scared. Also, he's 21, but I think I was 20 or 19. So he was legal to be smoking. I wasn't. So I was really scared because I'm like, I'm going to take you to the hospital, but I'm not supposed to be medicated right now.
Yeah.
What started happening? I can't really remember. I think it was just that he was like, he couldn't breathe. And I was like, okay, like, let's go. He put on his clothes after his shower, his 20-minute long shower. And then I was driving, and I remember we were not that far from the hospital, but I got there quick. I remember we were going on down 23rd, which the speed limit there is 30, I think. And I was going like 65 to get him to the hospital because he was literally going, babe, you need to go faster. I'm dying. And I was like, I was so scared. So we get to the hospital, and then I was like, literally trembling. I was like, I'm here for he was my boyfriend at the time. I was like, I'm here for my boyfriend. He can't breathe. And they're like, okay. Like, let's, because they were taking it serious. You know, at that point we hadn't told them we had smoked weed. And if you can't breathe and you're having chest pain, like they were like, okay, let's go. So they took him back or whatever. And then they're like, what happened? And so he was like, yeah, like we were smoking, whatever. And I think at that point they were like, estos pendejos. Because after they like rushed us in and stuff, we were in the ER for 5 hours.
Oh, damn.
And you know what they ended up telling him?
What?
You just smoked some bad weed, man. That was it. They were like, you just smoked bad weed. You had a bad trip, and that was it. I'm like, let us go then. If you know like nothing's wrong, just tell him to go home. But yeah, we were there from 11 p.m. to, what time was it? It was like 3 a.m.
And how did he come down?
Nothing. We just sat there. They didn't give him anything. We just sat there and it went away.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Maybe the fact that he was at the hospital comforted him though.
Maybe.
Enough to like come down.
I don't know. They should have gave him a supositorio.
Did you get billed for that or no?
Yeah, he had to pay a lot of money for that. Yeah, I remember because he was like, he showed me the bill, and I'm like, ándele, pero sígale de drogadicto. And after that, I kind of got tripped out, so then I stopped smoking. But then a few weeks after that, I think I smoked too, and then it was just in my head that he got paranoid. So then I started getting paranoid, and I remember I started like the same thing that he had. I just felt like a pressure in my chest, and I felt like I couldn't breathe, like that. And
oh my god,
that was it. After that, he tried to calm me down, and I just remember what helped me calm down after that, because I remember I went upstairs and I got into bed, and it was making it worse. I'm like, I think getting into bed and trying to like fall asleep was making it worse, because I remember I got into bed and I was like counting down from 100, trying to count down from 100 to 1, and I just kept saying the same numbers over and over. And then basically what helped me was we started like massaging my hands and like my feet, just trying to like, I don't know, distract me or relax me, whatever. And that ended up kind of working. But then after that, I didn't dab into that for a long time. And even still, I'm still like a little bit scared. I remember another time I was with my friends and they were all doing edibles, I think it was. And I was like, I'll take like a little bite. Yeah. And I remember I took a bite and we were watching the Purge movie. I think it was like Purge, the newer one. And we were all sitting there and I just kept thinking that I was peeing my pants. And I would get up, like I literally was like this the whole time, because I was like, did I pee? Did I pee? And I couldn't tell if I peed or not. And I wouldn't go up to the bathroom because I was like, if I peed myself, they're going to see that I peed myself. So then I just kept like thinking, did I pee? Did I pee? Imagine for the entire movie, the entire Purge movie, I was just like, did I pee? Yeah, that was it. But then the last time I've smoked, it was in New York. And that, like we said, that was the best time ever.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever go back to edibles in my life again. No, like I'm even scared of eating my lemon gummies at night. I'm like, I'm gonna get disoriented or something. But those aren't like crazy. Those are just to relax you to go to bed. But
oh my gosh, wait, have you ever? Probably not. Have you ever hit a bong? I did a bong rip. I remember one time when I was like, was I in high school or after high school? That time, I can't remember. I remember I was tripped out, but I I went with my coworkers because my coworkers were like super like hippies, like zoomies vibes, you know. And like I remember I went because they were like, hey, do you want to come? Like they were like, you never come smoke with us. I was like, I'm so cool. Yes, I do. Yeah. And I went with them and they were like hitting the bong. And at this point, they were like college kids living on their own. Like they did what I remember. I walked in there. It was disgusting. Pizza boxes like everywhere, like old pizza boxes everywhere. And they're like, yeah, just hit this bong. I'm like, I shared that bong with all these people that I'm sure that shit was never washed in there, like had never been cleaned. That time was scary too. And wait, I was gonna maybe I shouldn't say this. I ended up driving home and I don't know how I got home.
What? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, I've
was alleged.
Allegedly made up story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't freaking know, girl. That's crazy. I would never go back to edibles again. I think I'm just so terrified, you know? And the other day on TikTok me salió un video that literally smoking weed can trigger psychosis.
I saw that.
And I saw a girl that said like she had a bad trip and she like started dealing with disassociation now, like where she didn't know if she was in her body or anything. I think God. Yeah, it was like a viral TikTok too. And the guy was basically saying like if you have like a history of what is it like it's psychosis, but what's the other one? Like not Alzheimer's, schizophrenia. If you have a history of that, like don't even dabble into weed because it could trigger it, or it triggers psychosis. I'm like, what the heck? Like, and I believe it 100% because the fact that I was hallucinating a demon talking to my dogs and my dogs walking to me on 2 feet is crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like if you've never smoked weed, you'd be like, that sounds insane. But if you have like done some, like if you've smoked weed and you've tripped on it before, you're like, yeah, I believe you. 100%.
Exactly. What the heck? Well, with all that being said, we're gonna read your guys' scary stories.
Scary stories is crazy.
Your guys' bad trip stories. Let's see. Now I'm scared. Okay, you want to start at the bottom or at the top?
I'll start at the bottom.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. This one says, I got so high and went to Cane's at like 4 a.m. and witnessed somebody getting stabbed and dragged, and I was so traumatized. Asked me if I ever did it again. Nope.
Hell no.
That is traumatizing.
I took a whole chocolate edible during school. It was small. Might have had 100 milligrams or 50. That's not small, baby. Or maybe I'm scared. Like, I don't think I have the right measurements.
Probably not.
But I only took half and didn't feel anything, so I took the other half. This was my first time trying edible. Keep in mind, we have an assembly. We had to sit with our class, but I was friends with the upperclassmen, so I sat with them, and I started having a manic episode. I felt my heart beating out of my chest. I was just sitting there rocking back and forth. Lunchtime came around, and I fell asleep in the gym. I was too scared to let the teachers see me so sick. They had to call my mom. Weird thing, though, after that one time, I kept trying edibles, and they never worked on me again.
What? She became immune?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. That would, yeah. I think that's why I never dabbled into anything when I was in high school, because I'm like, my mom's gonna find out and she's gonna kick my ass as soon as I get home.
Exactly. I'm gonna try to read this one in order. Let's see if we have another, because there's like 4 separate boxes. Okay. For background, she is extremely scared of space, outer space. That me too, honestly. Okay, first time ever trying this, and I ate an entire Rice Krispie. I thought it was nighttime, and my friend and I went to the skyline in our city. Once I saw the city lights, I thought I was in space. I was screaming and crying because I thought I died. Oh my God.
Exactly.
I went home and confessed to my mom. This sounds like you. Did you write this?
I'm like, wait, that was my other script.
I fell asleep and then I would die. So she held my hand and she was just talking to me until I fell asleep. Aww. And it says in quotes, best mom. Aww. Oh my gosh. I've had existential crisis ever since. Never again.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
My friend and I had smoked. We were 16 and we were outside my parents' house at 2 a.m. Some old man passed by my house and yelled, "I'm going to tell your dad." Mind you, we had never interacted with this man, never even saw him, but then he disappeared.
I know.
I'm scared.
No fue Jesucristo.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I can, like, all of these, I believe you.
Yeah.
100%.
Wait a minute. This one's funny. Hopefully. Okay. My mom works at a hotel cleaning rooms, and she ate a chocolate she found in the fridge. She said it was completely wrapped. It had THC, and she was tripping and ended up in the hospital because her heart was racing. Yep.
Oh, you know what? Did I ever tell the story of the time? I don't remember how old my brother was. He must have been... How old was he? He was young. He was probably like... Fuck, I don't remember. Like 15? No. I was, I think, 15, 14, 13. I was like 12 or 13. And I woke up like at 2 a.m, thirsty as heck, you know, just praying. There was a water bottle in the fridge that was going to be cold enough for me to drink. So I go in there and I open the freezer, and there's a water bottle with this much water in it. I'm like, that key. So like, God, listen to me. I'm going to drink that. I chug it and spit it out the second it touches me because it's vodka. And my brother was there because he used to sleep in the living room. This was when we lived in a duplex. He used to sleep in the living room. And I was like, what the heck is in here? He's like, you're so stupid, dude. That's vodka. Like, where are you? I'm like, why is there vodka in here? He's like, don't you know that alcohol doesn't freeze? So I don't even know what he was telling me. And I'm like, why? Yeah, I don't even remember if I told my mom, but that was my first shot of vodka, and that's why I can chug. I just kidding.
Maybe we should have all had that experience. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Wait, were you a snitch, little sister? Or
no.
Mm-mm.
I should have been. Now that I remember, I'm like, wait, I should have snitched him out because he was doing wild shit. But no, I wasn't a snitch because he would like, the most he would do is like sneak out at night, and we used to share a room. So he would sneak out through the window. And the reason I wouldn't do anything is because he would always bring me snacks back from 7-Eleven.
Period.
So I'm like, he paid his dues.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this one says, when I was young and wild, my friends convinced me to take 2 edibles before going to Buffalo Wild Wings. It was my first time, and they swore they were weak. Biggest lie ever. At first, I was having the time of my life, laughing, vibing, all good. Then I wiggled my toes and suddenly became convinced there was something wrong with them. That sent me into a full panic spiral, and I was sure everyone in the restaurant knew I was high. My friend, who was also a first-timer, was panicking too, so we just fed off each other's anxiety. My sober friend drove us home, and the entire ride I was freaking out because I thought my parents would know I was on drugs and absolutely beat my ass. I texted them, and thank God they weren't home. I hit them with the quick, I don't feel good, I think I'm getting sick, I'm gonna take a nap, so they wouldn't check on me. I got home around 2 p.m. and slept until the next morning. I was praying for the high to end, and I swear I'd never touch an edible again. That was a lie, but I definitely never gotten that high again.
Oh my God.
I think that would be so scary. Like, imagine having a trip like that out in public at a restaurant.
I would never come out ever again. No,
I would have to be rushed to the hospital.
Yeah. That's one thing about, like, what is it called? Recreational things like drinking or smoking or whatever. I get so scared of like what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done anything, but like how I'm going to act. Like, I don't know. Like sometimes even when I'm drunk, I'm like, ew, I did that. I said that. Or I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like a whole different animal when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Well, so are a lot of people, but
I think all of us are.
Yeah, it just scares me. Like, I don't know.
It is scary. But I don't know why. Like, I guess being drunk, you already know what type of drunk you are. But when you're high, like, you don't know where you're going to go. Mm-hmm. You know? It's just kind of up in the air.
Yeah. In college before Thanksgiving break, my cousins and I took an edible. Oh, that's gotta be fun. I've never had like edibles or anything with my cousins. The first 10 minutes we felt nothing, so we took another bite and nothing, so we decided to eat all of it. 30 minutes later, I started to feel the worst fear I had ever felt and started to tell my cousins the police was knocking at our door. I was arrested. Oh, I was so scared thinking we were going to get arrested, and then I was so scared wanting to jump out of the balcony to hide from the cops.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. They were pulling me back and decided to take me into the shower and made me drink a gallon of milk.
I heard that that's what helps you with trips.
Yeah. Also, I think smelling pepper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
In between all that, I was hearing voices in my head. It was a crazy night. Eventually, I fell asleep watching the movie Trolls, and after that, I swore to never touch weed. We all do.
Don't we all? Hey girls, the first time I had a brownie was with my then boyfriend, and we ate a whole brownie each. We didn't know what to expect and thought it wasn't hitting LMAO. The whole night I felt like I was floating. He threw up multiple times and was just about crying. The next morning, we had to go to church for his brother's first communion, and we were both still high. I felt so ashamed after.
Oh my gosh.
Sitting at church like, I'm so sorry, God.
So please, if you take this away, I'll never touch weed again. Oh my gosh.
I'm dead.
When I was high in school, I tried edibles and they never, quote unquote, worked. Then senior year, my friend got some and we ate the whole sour strip and stayed sober because we were going to eat. We went to go eat seafood boil. I'm like, I was fine until we got sat. I immediately started to get heat flashes and started to cry at the table because I felt everyone was staring and laughing at us. Good. Oh my gosh. When we left, my friend was asking how to leave the parking lot and I gave her directions. How ironic. We were driving in circles, she said. Oh my gosh. When we got to her house, the heat flashes started again and I told her to please turn on the AC in the middle of winter.
Oh shit.
I started to feel dizzy and ended up throwing up. When I drove home, I know it was so irresponsible of me. I saw the cops and I was driving like an old lady, squinting my eyes, driving all the way close to the volante. Anyways, I went to sleep and the room was dizzy. I woke up still a little faded and went to go see how I parked and it was all chueca. Girl, glad you survived that because that's crazy. I think it's always that, like, you think, oh, it's not hitting, and you eat more and more, and that's why it gets...
And how long does it take for an edible to hit?
I think 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so I think obviously at 10 minutes, you're like, I'm gonna get another one.
Yeah.
My husband, my brother, my sister-in-law, and I went out for a friend's house and had drinks, beer, tequila. We got all drunk, and then our friend took out his chocolate edibles. We all had a piece of it. Since I had mixed beer, tequila, and the chocolate, I went to the bathroom and threw up. After a while, we ordered a cab to go home. My sister-in-law and I went home because the guys were not coming outside and the Uber driver was getting mad that we were taking too long. We ended up leaving the guys, and when we were close to our destination, my sister-in-law called 911 because she thought we were being kidnapped by the Uber driver. Since I had threw up, the effect had been gone. I was aware of everything. I got her phone and hung up, but they called back and I had to answer saying it was a mistake. It was our last time doing edibles. Never again.
My gosh, give it a win.
That's some shit I would do to him. Like, we're getting kidnapped. Call the cops.
Gosh.
Oh, heck no.
A group of friends and I were hanging out. At the time, my bestie and I were living together, and one of our guy best friends gave us some gummies, and we didn't know they were edibles. We took like 5 each before he told us. How are you alive?
Did you end up at the ER?
Literally. Did you know you can't really overdose on weed? Like, it takes a lot of weed to overdose. You can trip out, but not overdose. Fun fact.
Damn.
Let me fact check that after this. But I'm
Fun fact, really, really sad fact.
Thank God we made it to home before it hit us. While we were going through our trip, my friend was so paranoid because I was quote unquote staring at her. She went into the kitchen to grab the knife because she thought I was going to do something to her. Oh my God. And in reality, I was in La 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 staring into space. It was the worst experience. All I could do was pray to la Virgencita que se me pasara. We laugh about it now, but at the time we thought we were going to die.
And that I can 1,000%. Like, that is so possible.
Yeah.
Like, Jonathan and I could have genuinely killed each other.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's so scary.
Oh my gosh.
Never do weed. It's like, don't get pregnant or you'll die. Don't do weed or you'll die. On my 25th birthday, my husband and I went on a hike and we were hitting pengamine. When we got home, we shared a THC drink and ended with an edible. Damn, girl. When it all hit, I got so paranoid. I felt like I was going to die. My mom was going to kick my ass and everything felt wrong. I ended up half naked because of hot flashes and kept telling my husband I need to cancel my party. He tried his best to keep me calm and eventually I threw up and was good as new. Showed up to my party like nothing happened.
So moral of the story, throw up.
Yeah, okay. So maybe throw up, drink a gallon of milk and smell some pepper.
Let me write this in my notes. Snort some pepper, even better. Whatever works. Oh my gosh. This one says, hi, I love the podcast. We love you.
Love you, girl.
Anyways, my now husband and I are hanging out back when we were dating. I'm going to start that over. Not again. My contacts are really blurry right now. Anyways, my now husband and I were hanging out back when we were dating. He was living on his own at the time and some of his friends came over. I went to chill in his room while they hung out in the living room. A little later, he came out and asked if I wanted one. I asked, one what? And he said an edible. They were flavored, so my young, clueless self thought they were basically candy. Mm-hmm. Tell me why this man never mentioned I was only supposed to eat half of one. She said, girls, I ate 3. and he thought she knew. Not long after, I started wondering what was wrong with me. Everything was spinning. I was convinced I was dying, and I kept falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep, and repeating the cycle. At one point, I grabbed the bag and finally read the instructions. Serving size, half a gummy, half of one. Meanwhile, I was over here fighting for my life, trying to stay conscious because my young brain was like, oh, I have to stay. I think that's how it ends.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when you're like, if you have no knowledge about anything THC, how are you supposed to know? Like, you're only supposed to have a little bit, especially for your first time.
Mm-hmm. I think we already read all of these. Okay, yeah. Let's go back to the question marks, the question boxes.
Well, I have one more. This is one of Kira's not clients, one of her employees.
Oh.
She said she has a lot of bad experiences. Oh. She said, my first 20 living in Colorado in 2014, I ate a little chocolate edible and I laid in my bed for literally 5 hours just looking at the ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
My husband would come and check on me like, are you good? Do you need anything? But I couldn't talk to him. I was just trying not to die. She said, so dramatic. but that's what it feels like. No,
yeah, like you do not feel dramatic in that moment. Yeah. You actually feel like you're going to die.
Exactly.
This one says, smoked out of a bong and saw cows everywhere.
Se le antojó una hamburguesa.
That is like my biggest thing and like biggest fear, I guess, is when you are like on a drug like that. I mean, I've never dabbled into anything else, but it's like, wouldn't you think your worst fears would come true?
Yeah,
because that's how your brain like fucks with you.
Yeah, that, and then imagine like you're going to sleep and your dreams are like trippy and like you cannot escape your dreams.
Yeah, and that's what I think with like. For me, I've always like demonic movies are my like sweet spot. Like that is the thing that I like the most, but haunts me the most. I'm like, because a demon can just like haunt you at any time, you know? So I think that's why I was like, there's demons. Yeah. And at that time, the dogs were like my life, you know, my first children. So I was like, there's a demon talking to my dogs and they're going to come and walk, you know?
That's insane. And I just can like, I can just picture Chai and Ozo walking on their feet. Like, that's creepy.
At night, mind you, everything was off. No white noise. Like, it was just like, you know, when it's just silent.
Just eerie.
I could never do that again.
Yeah, sleeping. When you said that, I was like, there was a time not that long ago when we used to sleep with silence.
Exactly. Why?
You know, the other day when we went to Vegas and we were trying to go to sleep, I ended up turning on the white noise. I'm like, we can't do this.
There's no way. Once I got so high, I thought I was being summoned by aliens.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this one's nice. It's just, I just space off and feel relaxed till this day.
Good. I think that's how so like for Luis, he's a very chronic smoker. And for him, he just has such a high stress job and life outside of home because I'm not stressful.
Exactly.
He has just like so much stress around him, and when he smokes, it's the only time he can turn off his brain. And I wish it did that to me, but it actually activates my brain more. It
heightens all my senses.
He says he sleeps so good and like he just relaxes. I'm like, what's it like?
Makes sense. My first time with my cousin, she was driving home. She lived outside of town and she was yapping, and I would see a lion in the trees on the side of the road just following us.
Oh my gosh.
That's terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm dead. Like, this is not a laughing matter. This is serious business, because you can, like, the fact that it can trigger psychosis terrifies me, girl.
Well, it's funny after, but during, you really, really feel like these are my last moments.
Exactly. Like, aquí se acaba todo.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. We didn't give you guys enough time. We gave you an hour. My bad. Oh, there's this one. I took a chocolate edible one time and stayed up all night. I convinced myself I was going to die if I slept. I sat and cried on the edge of my bed. I haven't touched an edible since. Also, because for some reason I feel like I stay high for 3 days afterwards. Anyone else?
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever woken up high.